Hello and welcome to the last day in my limiting belief series. This is day 4. So far this week, we have discussed what exactly limiting beliefs are. We have talked about how they are holding us back, and yesterday we talked about how to identify them. Today we're going to talk about how exactly to get rid of them. Now, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been following the series. Thank you so much for all your comments. I invite you, as always, to put a comment below if there's anything you feel you could add to the series. Obviously, this is just a small summary. There's a lot more that we could talk about, but unfortunately, in a 1 week time period, I don't have a lot of time to do that. So let's get stuck into today. Yesterday, one of the tips that I had given you was to write down beliefs that you identify are limiting you. That would be step 1 in getting rid of your limiting beliefs. So it's definitely to write them down. Then what I would suggest is there are quite a few questions that you can ask around that to get rid of it. So what you want to do is put that limiting belief in the spotlight. You want to identify it. And the best way to detach from it is to start asking questions. It's to start pulling it apart. So the first question I would ask is it true? And the example I'm going to use today, just to talk through this quickly, is an example that I used yesterday, and that was of the mum who lost her temper and then had the limiting belief that she was a bad mother. So is it true? Are you a bad mother? I mean, you're going to sit down and talk through this. It was a one-off event that you lost your temper. It was a very stressful time that you were going through, and therefore, no, actually, in the whole, you're a good mother. So it's not true. It's not a true belief. The second question you want to ask yourself is this a useful belief? Does this serve me well? Well, actually, it doesn't. Because when you have the belief that you're the bad mother, what is actually happening is you're lowering your confidence. You're believing that you're not worthy to be a mother. So the third question you need to ask yourself is, how does this make me feel? Well, as we just identified, you feel unworthy. You feel useless. It lowers your confidence. So it's not a good belief to have. It's not something that is raising your vibration. Okay? So far that we're looking at that, it's all negative. It's not true, it's not useful, and it doesn't make you feel good. So what you want to do instead is reframe it. So that's, I guess, step 1 would be to write it. Step 2 is to ask the question. Step 3 is to reframe it. What does reframing mean? Because I'm sure a lot of people are watching going, that's great, but I don't know what that means. Reframing is taking a belief and changing it to be true, or to be true to what you believe it to be. Okay? So if you take that I am a bad mother and you've gone through your 3 questions, what you actually know is that isn't true. That is definitely a limiting belief. So how do you make it to be to actually help you in your process? So what you could change it to be is I am a good mother. Okay? I am a good mother and I'm doing the best for my children. You know that's true. You know you're a good mother and you know you're doing the best for your children. We all lose our tempers. That doesn't make all of us bad mothers. Okay? So it's just reframing that. So when you identify that you've said that, I'm a bad mother in your head, what you go is, no, that's not true. And you give yourself the other phrase, which is, I am a good mother. I am doing the best for my children. And if you say that repeated over and over and over again, you'll see yourself, your confidence increasing as a mother. You might find you stop losing your temper as much. So there are so many benefits to doing this. Now, what I would like to do is use another example. I'll go through it one more time using a different example, because as we've said, we have these limiting beliefs in all different aspects of our lives. And one that I want to use, which I hear a lot actually, is the belief that mums can't go for promotions. Okay, so this is actually a real life example that I've used previously, actually with a few different women. So it's the limiting belief. It's a mum. There is a promotion going in her work, and she has the belief that she's not worthy of the promotion because her director does not think women can be committed to being a mother and committed to the business. Now, that could just be a belief that she has herself, or it could be something that you see throughout the workplace, that mums are not being promoted or that mums are being treated in a different way. So, is it true? Is it a true belief? Are you not capable of going for this promotion? Well, actually, you're already committing yourself to 40 hours a week. And you have the experience and the knowledge. So, it's not true. It's absolutely not true. Number 2 is this belief useful? Does it serve you having this belief? Well, no, it doesn't. It just keeps you exactly in the position that you're in. It is not allowing you to expand your career. It's not allowing you to be ambitious. Number 3, how does it make you feel? It makes you feel trapped. You don't want to be in this position. You're in a position you've outgrown. You don't want to be there anymore. So it's making you feel absolutely awful. So how can you reframe it? Okay. So how I would reframe it is to say, I am capable and deserving of a promotion. The other way to look at it, it's not just these phrases. You can also reframe it by looking at examples. So look at examples of women maybe in your workplace who are mums that have been promoted. If there aren't examples of that happening, you can always be the person to break the glass ceiling. There are people over the years that have done this. A belief should not stop you from going for something. If you weren't going to go for it in the first place, you weren't going to go for it, you weren't going to get it. Where if you go for it, you might get it. You're actually opening up pathways. So I hope that explains it a bit better. Some limiting beliefs are really simple. Some are really, really complex. It's not that easy to say, oh, they're really easy. You can get rid of them in 10 minutes. It's impossible. It doesn't work. If you think of the example of being a bad mother, just changing your thought to being actually it was a one-off can be a very quick process. Where if you think of the example that we used yesterday, in changing family traditions of maybe not turning up for Christmas one year, that could upset people. And that therefore is a much more complex limiting belief, and one that you would have to work through with your family and with your partner. It's not as simple as you shouldn't go there. Don't ever think that. What you might do is reframe it in that your parents actually go to you that year, and it saves you all the stress and money of having to go to them. So the benefits of getting rid of these limiting beliefs is seeing the potential of who you could be. It's knowing that there are more paths, there are more opportunities, and how you just seeing the change in how you feel and how you live, and where you want to go. So the options are completely limitless. And I hope that, as I said, this is just a quick summary of limiting beliefs. I totally invite you to add to this, and to give me your comments. I could write a book on limiting beliefs. There's so many in so many different areas, and there are lots of different ways to get rid of them. This is just one way. And if you're interested in getting rid of your limiting beliefs, it's one of the things I work on all the time with mums. Give me a shout. We can get a discovery call set up. We can chat about exactly what your limiting beliefs are. My discovery calls are completely free. During that discovery call, I'll discuss my packages, my coaching packages. I'm an ICF accredited transformational coach, and I do work with busy mums. And also, just don't forget, I am giving away completely free goal consultations. Now, my December slots are starting to fill up, so it more than likely would be January that I could get you fitted in, but that's still a great month to set your goals for 2021. What we will do is look at 2020, we'll reflect on it, what worked, what didn't, and then going forward, we will set really good aspirational goals that will set you right through 2021. And that's completely free. Just send me a PM and I can send you my calendar. Next week, I am going to do another series, this time on a stress-free Christmas or maybe a less stressful Christmas might be the better way of putting it. This Christmas is totally different for all of us. It's not like the years previously. There's lots of us that aren't spending time with our families. And there are lots of us that, like myself, I'm abroad, so I can't go home to Ireland. So yeah, it's going to be focusing on a 2020 Christmas, not like our typical Christmases with large family gatherings. If that's something you're interested in, check back in on Monday, and I'll be doing a 4-day series on that. Thank you so much for all watching, for following through all week, and I hope to see you all next week. If I don't have a fabulous Christmas, stay safe, and I will speak to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.